Hey guys, so this is my tummy tuck experience video that I said I would do. And so here it is. If you are in the market for a tummy tuck, or if you're thinking about a tummy tuck or anything like that, or you're on the fence about getting a tummy tuck, maybe hearing my story as well as, many others here on YouTube it will help you make a decision whether you want to do it or not. So I'm going to start from the beginning, and I'm going to probably include pictures throughout, before and after, so you can see, kind of what progress I was making, my good days, my bad days, things like that. So back in 2019, I reached out to Dr. Miami via his webpage. On his webpage, there is a consultation that you fill out and you email it back to his office along with pictures. So in my head, I was under the impression that I was a candidate for lipo. I've had lipo in the past many times, and I just felt like I wasn't in any other position to do anything other than lipo. The lipo that I had had previously just caused a lot of scar tissue, and my stomach just kind of looked like a deflated trash bag, or I guess you could even call it like a deflated balloon. So I wasn't really thrilled with my stomach. I didn't like the appearance of it. I didn't like how I looked in a two-piece bathing suit or any of that. So I sent that consultation off, and I heard back pretty quickly. Within probably 12 hours, I got an email back from his surgical coordinator, who told me that what would be good for me would probably more likely be a tummy tuck. We talked back and forth a little bit, so that I could just kind of figure out what type of pricing I was looking at, and, what the recovery time would be, and the whole nine. So I know if you go on Dr. Miami's website, he has a 2-year wait. So in my head, I thought I had 2 years to have this surgery, but because of my age, I was fast-tracked. Fast-tracked is basically you skip to the front of the line. So when I decided I wanted to go forward with the surgery, I was bumped right into 2020. So you look, I started talking to them in 2019, end of 2019. I sent a certified check to Dr. Miami's office to pay for my surgery, and I was booked for my surgery February of 2020. I had my surgery on February 27th, 2020. The total cost for just the surgery, so that means the tummy tuck, my flanks, my upper and lower back, was $11,395. Once I sent that money off, I was booked. Everything was settled. I knew I was having my surgery. I got all my pre-op paperwork that I needed to do. Of course, you have to have a pre-op within 30 days of your surgery, just to be sure you're healthy enough to follow through with your surgery. So I got that paperwork, and I was excited about, having my surgery. I didn't really think much of it because it was far, to me, it was far away. I wasn't too concerned about anything. I just figured, you know what, next year, 2020, I'm having my surgery. So the next day, I get a call from a Miami number. I don't pick it up because you get spammed all the time. We all do. So I just didn't think to answer and check my voicemails, and lo and behold, it was Dr. Miami. He had left me a message, and he said, "Hi, Ramona, it's Dr. Miami. Was trying to check in with you for our phone consultation." So he said, "I'm going to hang up and I'm going to call you right back." So he did just that, and I still have that message. I'm going to forever have it. But he hung up, he called me right back, and he said to me, "I looked at your pictures. I want to do a tummy tuck, but it looks like you have a lot of scar tissue. So I can't really tell what I can do for you until you actually, come out for your surgery." He did inquire about my BMI. He did inquire about my weight. the weight and the BMI is very important if you want to have surgery. At the time, my BMI was probably about a 33 or 34, and I weighed roughly about 204 pounds. And while I am tall, I don't look large. I was large. I was a large woman. And Dr. Miami does not operate on women or anyone whose BMI is above 30. So for me, I know that I needed to work to get that BMI down. So he told me, you know, basically you need to lose some weight. I can't perform the surgery if your BMI stays high. You know, you need to start working on that now. So by the time you fly out, you know, you're at the goal weight for your surgery and your BMI is within the limit that I needed to be to perform your surgery. So I felt nervous about that because I like to eat. I do. I like to eat, and I found myself eating more sweets more than ever. And I'd kind of say that's because with losing my dad, it became something that I just did in replacement of losing him. I just started to just eat and all the time, even when I wasn't hungry, snacking late at night. So for me, I knew I wanted this surgery, so I knew that I needed to stop snacking and I needed to eat healthier and do the right thing. So that's what I started to do. I started to just get on a healthy regimen of eating correctly, drinking a lot of water. If I wanted to snack, I snacked on healthy foods so that I could have my surgery. So when I went to go get my pre-op, I was down to my goal weight that I needed to be for myself. I'm not going to say it's a goal weight for anyone else. It was for me personally. I was down and my BMI was 29. So I did what I needed to do so that I could have my surgery. And then I was excited. I did my pre-op. My primary care doctor was excited for me. You know, she told me she didn't feel like I needed it, but she said, if it's going to make you feel better, then you should totally do what's going to make you happy. So I was ready to go. I was ready to go out to Miami. Now, I will say I was not prepared at all. So I think where I messed up, I did not watch like any videos on like what you need for tummy tuck surgery. Like I don't know. I think I was just so excited that I just forgot to totally think about like what I actually needed for surgery. So I went and bought bigger clothes. I think I bought leggings and large t-shirts and a couple dresses, just things that I just knew that if I got blood on it or if I had, you know, fluid that was leaking, that I wouldn't care if I couldn't clean it, because I figured this is basically surgery clothing. I didn't want to wear my best clothes out, you know, to Miami because I just wasn't sure what my experience would be with fluids or bleeding or what have you. So I went and got some stuff, just a few things for surgery, and I packed up and I flew out the day before, because you have to fly out the day before your surgery so that you can get like your pre-op with Dr. Miami. So my flight was really early. I think I arrived in Miami around 8:30 or so, and I immediately got a call from his staff for me to complete a sonogram, just because they wanted to check for blood clots. Because of course you're flying out, it's possible that you can develop, you know, a clot in your leg because you've been flying. And so Dr. Miami wants you to be you know, sure that you're not, you know, he's not operating on someone who has a clot already. So to me, I thought that was awesome. Literally, I landed. I caught the Uber to the recovery house, which is the Trip Hotel is where I stayed. And I met the young woman who performed my sonogram. So I had my sonogram before I actually met with Dr. Miami, who was then gonna, you know, look me over the whole nine, like basically give me a mini pre-op, you know, follow-up. So I did all of that. My sonogram was fine. Everyone was really pleasant. I went over to the recovery house to have it done, and my room was not ready because I was very, very early. So my room was not ready for me. So they allowed me to stay in the nurse's lounge where I took a mini nap. And I met some really awesome aides who were there to assist other patients who had recently had BBLs, tummy tucks, lipo, breast augmentations, the whole nine. So everyone was just really, really pleasant, very nice, very welcoming. So after I had my little mini nap, I walked over to Dr. Miami's office where I met with Dr. Miami. He took a look at my stomach and he said to me, you have a lot of scar tissue. I knew that, but I still was hoping that he would be able to help me. And he said to me that he would probably have to make my scar a lot higher, and it wouldn't necessarily be in my bikini line like most, because I didn't have anything to pull. Like I didn't have anything that he could kind of pull down. Not a whole lot, as you can see in the video that's posted on my page. There was not a lot that he had to work with. It was just a lot of scar tissue. So, but he was confident that he could do it. He said that I may end up with a vertical cut as well, which I was totally fine with. You know, my goal was to just have the surgery since I had flown out to do so. So I met with him, and then I was ready to go for the next morning. So I go back to my room, which is now ready. And I slept pretty well. I was excited, and I had to report to his office the next morning for my surgery. In his office, because he has the whole building practically, and part of his office is considered the OR. The anesthesiologist, all of that is there as well. So I was to report to his office at 7 o'clock in the morning. I did so. I met with the anesthesiologist. We went over my health. We went over my medications, all of that. And, you know, I wish I would have had my cell phone because I didn't take any pictures of the room that they put you in while you're waiting for your surgery. Beautiful room. You get a little backpack that has Dr. Miami written on it, his logo, and it's just for you to change out of your clothes, put all your belongings in that little backpack, and then you get prepped for your surgery. So Dr. Miami came in around 8 or so. He had walked over from home to his office. He lived very close to the office, so he walked over, and he looked at me and he said, you know, I was thinking about you last night because of just, I was thinking about how was I going to do this, right? So I was just like, well, I'm sure you can do it. And he was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to be able to do it. So we took pictures, before pictures in the little office that I was in. He took all the pictures, he took measurements, he, scribbled on me all over. And he said, okay, I'm going to go get my kids off to school and shower, and I'll be back. You probably won't see me because you'll be knocked out, but I will speak with you after your surgery. So I met with the anesthesiologist. He got me all ready to go into the OR, and I walked back to the OR, and I remember him saying to me, this is the time that most people go to sleep. And he said it, and I think at the same time he was putting something to make me go to sleep in the IV, and then I was out. So after that, I remember Dr. Miami saying to me after the surgery, he said, you probably won't remember me saying this, but I didn't have to give you a vertical cut. He was like, everything went well, I think you'll be happy. And I remember being wheeled out of the office, being, in a wheelchair, and this bumpy ride from the office back to the recovery hotel, the Recovery House Hotel, whatever you want to call it. It's a beautiful hotel that's really within walking distance from his office. So I had a nurse, and I remember her saying that she was going to be my nurse. And I remember being just very groggy, kind of out of it, and just wanting to, just lay down. I don't remember right away having pain that moment, but I do remember the pain coming a little bit later on that night. So I needed help getting out of the bed. I needed help getting in the bed from a laying down position to a sitting upright position. I just needed help doing everything. And I didn't realize how much help I was going to actually need. I had no clue. Like, I should have watched some videos. I should have been more informed, but I just wasn't. I don't know what I was thinking. I just wasn't informed. I didn't research it. I didn't ask other people who've had tummy tucks. I didn't watch any videos. I just kind of, I don't know. It was just dumb of me to just think that I was going to just have a tummy tuck and just be walking around normal in a couple hours. The situation with the nurse was my only gripe. She was lazy, and she just wasn't nice. But I will say that the office fixed it really, really quickly. I ended up with a really, really nice aide who came in after this very lazy first nurse, aide, whatever you want to call it. And she just kind of was just awesome. She cared for me. She made sure I was okay. She helped me shower, the whole nine. She was just awesome. I was there for 10 days. So after surgery, Dr. Miami does not let you fly out until the 10th day, because of course your chances of getting a clot is much greater if you fly out any sooner than that. You just should not fly after surgery right away. You just should not. So I was there for 10 days. I Uber Eats probably most of the time I was there, because again, I was not prepared. The Recovery House did offer, snacks, oodles and noodles, stuff like that. But if you wanted like a real like hearty meal, you were kind of on your own for that. So I did have a really good meal probably most of the time I was there. I even ended up going out to eat with my aide. We ended up going to the mall, which I underestimated my strength because I was extremely tired. I don't know what made me think I could be out and about so quickly with drains in, because I had drains in as well, and trying to keep up with the drains and trying to walk, and I was bent over and in pain. It was a lot, but also you don't want to stay lying down or in the bed for a long period of time, because then it's a great possibility that you could very well develop a clot. So I did go to the mall. We went out to eat. We ended up going to the boutique Baylor shops right there. That was I probably could have walked it if I hadn't had surgery. I would have been able to walk it, but with the surgery, I just could not walk to the shops. But we went there and we did a little shopping. So I kind of made the most of my 10 days there. And you have your drains removed. So you get your drains removed typically about 5 days after your surgery. So Dr. Miami, when I was there, daughter was getting married. So he actually wasn't there when I actually was getting my drains removed. Normally he's the one who removed the drains, but because his daughter was getting married, he actually flew out the week that I was recovering to go attend his daughter's wedding. But he was also very sweet and kind, because before he flew out, he did stop by the Recovery House to check on me. And he also mentioned that if he had time before his flight, that he would come back out and check on me again. but I assured him that I was okay, and I really did appreciate him stopping in to see me. So, you know, again, he was just awesome. He was just awesome. I can't say enough good things about him. He is just, he was just great. He was just a great doctor, great bedside manner. And you can tell he genuinely cares about every single patient that comes to him. So I was not upset that he was going to his daughter's wedding, which was out of the country. It didn't bother me one bit. In fact, I watched it on Snapchat because he let us see it live. Like, it was beautiful. And I had never seen a Jewish wedding in such detail before, like the one that I got to see with him being away to basically give his daughter away for her wedding. So I did get my drains out by someone else, which was fine. I was worried about how the drains would feel being pulled out, but it just feels weird. Doesn't hurt at all. The most aggravating thing for me with the drains was where they were just hanging out of the skin. So where your incision is and where the drains met, it was just sore, and I just could not wait to get rid of those drains. The drains were just horrible for me. It was, I had three, because I had two on each side, and then I had one in the back as well, because I had lipo to my upper and lower back. So my back was extremely sore, and I had these three drains. So I was miserable, and I was so happy to get them removed. When I did go to get them removed, the nurse wanted to keep one in, and I just was like, oh no, I just can't. Now, looking back, I feel like I probably should have just kept it in, because I'm sure she was wanting me to keep it in for a very good reason, but I was just so over it. I just wanted them gone. So she took them all out, and I went back to my room, and I just felt 100% better without the drains being in. The drains, they were just awful. So that's the only really bad part about, to me, the tummy tuck was really the drains. Drains first and foremost, then the back lipo was very painful. The tummy tuck itself was not painful. Like, I could do a tummy tuck again if I had to, if I needed to. The muscle repair, I also had muscle repair, which I totally forgot to mention, but I did have muscle repair as well with the tummy tuck. Most tummy tucks, you get muscle repair. Some don't, but I've had 3 kids, so clearly I needed muscle repair. So I would say I could feel the tightness in my stomach from the repair, but it didn't hurt. What hurt was my back. So it was mostly back pain that I was dealing with, and the hunched over because of the muscle repair. I just kind of was hunched over, I think more so because of that. The incision didn't itch. The incision did not hurt. Nothing. Literally, I don't have a complaint about that at all. After I had my drains removed, she put a sterile strip over it, and I felt so much better. I was moving about a lot quicker without the drains. I was worried about, pulling the drain, by mistake. So it just felt like I could maneuver around a little bit better. So then my stay became, even better. I was able to walk the grounds of the hotel. I could get in and out of the Ubers a little bit quicker, and it just made life so much better for me. So once I got the drains removed, you're technically discharged. You really are. Like, you're not going back to the office unless you're having some type of difficulty. And I was not. I was totally fine. They do give you a little wristband that has a 1-800 number on it for emergencies, in case you're not feeling good or whatever the case may be. And if you feel like you need to talk to someone, that they're there for you. Also, while you're there in their care, you can text, you send pictures back and forth to the office to let them know how you're doing, what everything looks like, how your swelling is, the whole nine. So if you're not comfortable with the way your swelling looks, or if you feel like it just something doesn't look right, you had immediate help. You know, you had someone you could immediately speak with, whether it was 1 o'clock in the morning or 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You had someone that was always available for you every time. So I like that. I find that in my past experiences with any type of plastic surgery that I've done here in Maryland, I didn't get that kind of care. Like I didn't. I feel like the staff, Dr. Miami, everyone was very empathetic, you know, caring, kind. The only thing was the nurse, but I think she was more excited about working for Dr. Miami because she spent a lot of time on the phone with friends saying, yeah, I work for Dr. Miami, instead of actually caring for patients, me being the patient. She just did not, she just lacked, I think, professionalism, and that was a problem for me. She just, you know, she put forth this great representative in the beginning, so I really thought I liked her and I thought she was doing a great job. But then she really showed me who she really was at the end, and she was not a decent person. She was also kind of inappropriate at times. So at one point she was sleeping in my bed with me, and you know, I'm like, you're not supposed to be in my bed. So that's a whole nother story. Like I could make a whole video on just her all by herself, because just dealing with her was just an experience all by itself. So overall, I think I just wasn't prepared. I didn't read anything that Dr. Miami's office sent me. You know, when you're having surgery, clearly they send you everything. They tell you what you need. They tell you what to bring. I mean, they're very thorough across the board. I just think I was so excited about the surgery that I just did not read a thing. I was just more excited about, I'm having surgery with Dr. Miami. That was my attitude. And I just did not, it was just dumb. I just didn't do the right thing. So by day 7, I was ready to go home. I was tired of the room. I was tired of laying down. I was just tired. I just wanted to be in my own space. I missed my dog. I missed my son. And I just wanted to just get back home to what I was used to. So when I was ready to fly out, I was ready. And I think my flight was pretty early, not too early, but pretty early. And I got on my flight with assistance. I called wheelchair service before I got to the airport. So they were waiting for me when I got out of my Uber, because there's no way I could have walked. There's no way I could have walked. It was just too far. I just couldn't do it. I needed help. So I had someone meet me right when I got out the Uber from Southwest, and they got me to my flight. And that was just awesome. The flight home was, I think it was it's a 2-hour flight coming from Miami to Maryland. So it was about 2 hours, 30 minutes, somewhere around there. I was uncomfortable. It wasn't a comfortable flight for me. I think it was more so because I just had surgery, you know. It was still very fresh and new. And I just did not enjoy the ride home at all. I didn't. Once I landed, I had a girlfriend pick me up. By the time I got out of the airport, I was back stiff and sore and, you know, kind of achy. So I was just ready to get out of the airport, get in her car, and go pick up my Bella from the borders, because I boarded her for that time period I was away because I didn't have anyone to care for her while I was gone. So I just wanted to get home back to normal, to my normal life. So I came home and I went back to work on Monday. I don't know why I did that, but I did. I literally went straight to work on Monday. I flew in on a Saturday and I went to work on Monday. Worst decision ever. I would advise anyone who's having tummy tuck surgery to just take off for maybe 6 weeks. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking. I just went back to work, and by the time I would get off, I was sore. I was hurting. And when I flew back, it was March 7th. So that was when the coronavirus was just really getting started. At the time I flew back, Miami had only had 2 cases when I was flying back. So it wasn't like this, like it is today. It was just new. It was not too many places just yet. But I went back to work, and I regret that because I don't feel like I really got the best recovery because I did go back too soon. But then coronavirus took over, and we ended up, you know, having to roll back how we were seeing patients because I myself work at a doctor's office, and things kind of started to slow down, especially with elective surgeries. Elective surgeries was done in Maryland quickly, so that took a lot of me starting to telework a little bit more, which I currently still do weekly. I do a lot of telework, which I honestly hate because I'm here with the kids while they're home learning. The laptops, the home school is, I would rather just be at work than be here interrupted by teachers who are emailing me or calling me. I just want the kids to go back to school. It needs to happen at some point when it's safe. I don't want to sound like I don't care about the virus, because I totally do. But I want the kids back in school. So I would just say to anybody who's having tummy tuck surgery, take the time you need off. Be sure that you prepare for your surgery. Read the literature, know what you need to bring to, you know, the recovery home if you're going to be, you know, flying from a different area. Also, just be informed more than me. I was just stupid. Like, it was just the dumbest thing ever, just not being informed. Like, you know, now when I look at videos, I'm like, oh, they had a recliner. Like, a recliner would have been awesome for me because I needed my son to help me in and out of my bed every time I needed to do anything. And then I got to the point I just didn't want to bother anybody. So I would struggle to get in and out of the bed. So I would just say, just prepare for it. Be better prepared. And looking at videos now on YouTube, I do see people are prepared. I just was an idiot and just didn't prepare myself. But I feel like moving forward, if I decided to have any type of surgeries, I would definitely research, and I would be prepared. I've had other plastic surgeries in the past, and I'm more than happy to talk about those as well that I've had over the years. I've been doing plastic surgery probably since 2004. So I've had other small things done here and there. So if you're interested and you would like to know, you would like to see before and after pictures of those surgeries as well, please let me know, and I'll do a video on those surgeries also. But my experience with Dr. Miami in his office was absolutely awesome. I can't say enough good things about just him in general. He is so caring. He even called me once I got home, a couple weeks, and remember he was out of the country. So when he flew back in, he called his patients and he called me, and he was like, how are you doing? How are you feeling? I was like, I'm recovering beautifully. Like, I really feel like he really made my stomach look so much better and beautiful than what it looked like before. And he said to me, well, this is my personal number. If you need me, call me, text me, whatever the case may be. And he was just awesome. I mean, he is a brilliant surgeon. He cares about what he does. And, you know, yeah, he's fun and games on Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter and all these places. But when it comes to patient care, he does care. He totally cares. So I would just say, do your research, find you a good doctor, find you a doctor who has awesome staff, and, you know, have a successful surgery, and you'll be fine. Just prepare ahead of time. And at the very least, read the things. I can't say this enough. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I just didn't read anything, and I know better, but I didn't. I think I thought in my head, because I had so much surgery in the past, since 2004, that I was a pro at this and I didn't need to. But a tummy tuck is a lot different. It's a lot different. It takes a lot more out of you. You're tired, you're achy, you know, it's different, and you're tired. Like, it, you know, walking just a short distance, it really makes you tired. Whereas my other procedures I've had, I was back at work, you know, I could have the procedure on a Friday. I would be back at work on Monday. Easy. But yeah, tummy tuck, it was difficult for me to just think that it was just stupid. It was just dumb. So lesson learned. And I'm going to insert pictures probably at the end. I may put some in between. You may have seen some already, but I think I want to just put them at the end, before and after. And yeah, and I would show you now, but I've had a full day of eating, and so I'm a little bloated, so I don't want to show you my stomach right now. But I will definitely, you know, answer any questions that I missed out, or things that, you know, you feel like I missed, or you may want to know about Dr. Miami. I will mention, which I just thought of this. The recovery house is a whole separate price. It's not included in your surgery. So you are paying for your nurse, and you are paying for your room. So if you choose to have a roommate, it's $200 a night. And if you choose to have a private room, like I did, it's $400 a night. So that's $400 over 10 days. So it was pricey, but it was worth it in the end. I wouldn't change anything about my experience with Dr. Miami in his office, other than that nurse. She tricked me. She really made me think that she was good, and she was starstruck. She was really starstruck, and she was more, you know, gung-ho and happy and excited she was working for Dr. Miami than she was in taking care of me. So that's the only thing. Other than that, everything was awesome. Dr. Miami is the GOAT. He is awesome. So please let me know if you have any questions, or if you feel like I missed something. And let me know how this video is too, because I'm filming it on my phone, and I decided to just film on my phone instead of using my camera. So let me know if you noticed it's better or not so great. Just let me know, and then I'll try to do better with my next video. Okay? Take care, guys. Bye.